I say no more hate. I say no more sitting on the sidelines. I say we must stand as one.
Hey, this is Josh Jones with the Athens Banner-Herald. I'm here at Cine for a new segment I'll be doing hopefully every week called The Interview, where we sit down with a mover and shaker in Athens and see what they're up to. Tonight I'll be speaking with Mokah and Jasmine Johnson, who has a new book coming out. So look for that. Okay, hey everybody, I'm Josh Jones with the Athens Banner-Herald. I'm here with Mokah Jasmine Johnson. If you don't know her, you probably living under a rock in Athens, but she started, along with her husband, the Athens Anti-Discrimination Movement and the MLD Parade in Athens. And and today we're here at her book release at Athens Cine, the art house theater in town. And can you just tell us a little bit about your book? You kind of call it as kind of like a survival guide or like a guide to like your life and activism. Can you kind of take us back to where you got into activism and starting that, and then like just a little bit of starting the book?
Yeah, well basically this book I've actually been working on it for a while, since 2009 when I graduated and I got my master's, and you know, throughout the process I stopped, it became difficult, but when I jumped into activism in 2016, it was like, okay, I could finish this chapter, you know, because there was so much that happened within that year, you know, and it completely changed my life. Because before that, you know, before that, my husband and I were hip-hop music marketing heads. We're all entrepreneur. We do Athens Hip Hop Awards, so we always use hip hop as a tool to try to, like, you know, uplift the community based on the shows that we do, how we do our shows. So that was our form of activism. Even like with the Athens Hip Hop Awards, placing the spotlight on the African Americans that are doing things. But when I jumped into activism and, you know, protesting, it changed a lot of things for me. So it started about 2016 when I got into activism, like full-fledged.
I myself standing on the steps of the arch at the University of Georgia, preparing to protest bars that use spur of the moment dress codes and other tactics of discrimination against African Americans and other minorities. This experience was my official introduction to activism, as we marched in downtown Athens chanting, "Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist bar, they got to go." How many of y'all remember that? And how many in the room? How many of y'all was marching with me down the street? Put up your hand, let me see. Okay, can we say this chant one more time before? Do y'all remember it? Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist bar, they got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, these racist bar, they got to go. It came to the point where I had some of the VIP girls with me, and it turned into a jam session. And it was beating on the side of containers. It was just a beautiful, beautiful day. All right? But that was my first time, and I was like, okay, well, I've done my job, you know, I'm gonna go back to regular life. But it didn't work out that way. I am pro-Black. What does it mean to be pro-Black? Being pro-Black means I love the skin I'm in, I love this melanin, I love my nappy hair, I love my full lips and my high cheekbones. What does it mean to be pro-Black? Being pro-Black means I would lift my Black people. I would not mistreat or compete. I would empower my race. I would seek equal opportunity, and I would exercise my rights and not take flight. What does it mean to be pro-Black? Being pro-Black means you inspire others. You uplift your brothers. You uplift your sisters. And show much respect to all the Black mamas. Being pro-Black doesn't mean I think my race is superior. It simply means I love the way God made me. And I want to let you in on a little secret. I'm going to read this part. I uplift my brothers. I uplift my sisters. I uplift my brother.
You're my sister, you my brother? You my brother. Are you my sister? You're my sister, you my brother? Are you my sister? Are you my sister? Are you my brother? Are you my brother? So do you understand what sister and brother mean? My brothers and sisters is based on like hearts and like minds. It's not about this. All these people in this room have supported me and showed me love. And it wasn't about this. And we're from total different walks of life. Totally different walks of life. Sometimes Em over here, she's like, I'm a Jew, you know, and I'm Jamaican, you know, and we're from two totally different walks of life. But if you show each other love, you treat each other with respect, and you take action when you see injustices and inequality occurring, it doesn't matter about the color. If you see injustices happening, you speak up for your brother and you speak up for your sister, and you cannot be afraid. Because if you be silent, you're just as bad as the person that's committing the crime or committing the hurt or committing the pain.
Can you talk a little bit about your transition from kind of becoming an activist to becoming like a major organizer in Athens?
Well, I've always had organizing skills, of course, because we do events and we produce. I just took those skills and everything that I've learned as a music head, as a promotion person, as a marketing person, I put that behind activism. So I think that's why we've been so successful. As far as with the turnouts and getting the word out and different things like that, I think that's why we've been successful, because we already knew how to market and we already knew how to organize. We just had to change audiences, and it was based on the message, so it wasn't really hard to find that target audience.
But what was what challenged you most in writing the book and just finding time for that?
I mean, writing a book is a difficult process. It's like writing a dissertation times 10.
Yeah.
You know, the time. Being that I'm so busy and I'm a mother, no one gives you space. You don't have a week or you don't have hours to where you can just sit and write. You don't have that luxury. So that meant I was getting up 2 o'clock in the morning. I was getting up 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was writing. I was falling asleep writing. So I had a lot of sleepless nights. You know, I've had a lot of migraines trying to finish that process, but it was taking time out of just grabbing onto time and opening, you know, just wherever I could find time. But a lot of times it was 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
What was your motivation in that? Like, you talk about it as kind of being like a guidebook for activism, and like, what like Charlene Hunter Galt talked about picking up the baton last week during the Hunter Holmes lecture, and that's kind of remind me of the bottom slogan of your book.
Stop sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah, just talk a little bit about that if you would.
Well, the true purpose of this book is to motivate people to just get involved. Whether it's get involved in your own personal life to change your circumstances, get involved in the community. And it's important because, you know, I didn't know as much as I know now about local politics and how much you can make a difference locally if you pay attention and there's different certain issues, you know. So I want to motivate people to see that, hey, I didn't know, it's not like I studied activism or I got my degree in social justice or something. You know, I'm an educator, and with activism, you have to use that passion. Whatever it is you're passionate about, and just kind of drill it, go after it. So, I don't know. It was a difficult process. That's all I know. At days, my mind was spinning, but I made it through.
Okay. Maybe like, what would you want to say to like a youth that's maybe like experiencing some of the stuff we talked about tonight and like thinking about becoming an activist themselves, as so many young people are today?
I would say do it, but learn your rights. learn what you can do in the activism world, study your history, learn more about history, take the time to read, take the time to research. When things come across, especially with social media, don't just jump on it, because some of that stuff is literally fake. It's not real. We have gotten things in our inbox and it's like, dude, you know, these people are hurting this young black girl, and it's not real. So you have to do your research. You have to make sure that it's real, and then you have to also study whatever part of activism you want to get involved with, so you can understand what is your limits, and just fully knowing your right as an activist, because things are changing. And it depends on how passionate you are. Let's say you go to Capitol Hill, you want to know what your rights are, when you're going to cross that line to where, oh, you can be arrested now, you know what I mean? And even though it's your right to be vocal, you still can be arrested. So just learn your rights and take your time, do your research, but definitely get involved.
Okay, great. And just last question, just tell people where they can get the book and like what's next for you. Kind of the Hip Hop Awards are coming up.
Oh yes, the Hip Hop Awards is coming up March 25th. So that's the next big event for me. You can get the book at www.mokahjohnsonedu.com. That is my website. Click on shop and the book will be there. So yeah, you can find out a lot about me on my website. I've had it for a while, and you know, so people go there, buy the book and all that good stuff.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for checking this out. I'm gonna put that link to Mokah's book in the description below for the video, as well as a link to her website, so you can check all of this out. And thanks for your time and checking out this video.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can keep going. Y'all ready? Hey, the streets like is hard body, hard knocks, hard books, trying to raise some hard copies. Imagine living on the streets without body. Wanna be alive and dance like cold body. I'm tired of hanging around people with no hobby. And everybody got dreams of driving Maseratis. And everybody got dreams of flashing paparazzi. We not trying to make words like we was playing Yahtzee. I'm in the ghetto trying to counter the struggle. Level blew me out the one and into the bubble. Look, I keep